In this video, I want to demonstrate how to start an assembly from a part that's currently open. So I have my part open that I want to be the first part in my assembly. So next, I'm going to move up to the drop-down menus. I'm going to select File, then come down to Make Assembly from Part and select it. And then SolidWorks will open to My Templates and ask me which of my templates I would like to use. This is an inch part, so I'm going to choose the inch template and say OK. And then we'll give it a minute. Over here, all currently open part documents will be shown. I just have one, so only one is shown. The other options I have as I work my way down, I'm just going to scroll this down a bit, is if I have part configurations, I can tell it which part configuration I would like. And this part has 3 different configurations. So I'm actually going to start with the default part, or if the wrong part is open, I can browse to what I would like. I'm going to expand the thumbnail preview because here I can see what part I'm working with and what it looks like. If I change which configuration I'm looking at, the preview will update. Again, down here, I want to turn on the graphics preview. And then as I move my mouse into the graphics area, I see my part. And I prefer the Shade It with Edges display option. So from this drop-down menu, I'm going to select Shade It with Edges display. And then I'm going to select the isometric view. And next I'll just roughly center my part. And the reason I selected the isometric view, because if I now push my tab key, my part will rotate around. This is the orientation I want it in, but if it isn't, I can use the tab key to reorient the part. And now that I have the part in the rough orientation I would like, I'm just going to click to place it. And notice the F here beside it in the featured tree. That's telling me it's fixed in the graphics area. If I don't like the orientation of it, I can right click it and I can float the part. So I'll do that. Now I have the negative sign and it's no longer fixed. And to fix this part's orientation, I'm going to use what are called mates. So I'm going to expand the part in the featured tree and I'm going to mate the front plane of my assembly to the front plane of my part. To do that, I'm going to select the front plane of the assembly. Then I'm going to move down to my part. I'm going to hold Control, select the front plane of my part. And when I release Control, I have my mating options. And I'm going to make these coincident. I'm going to do the same thing with the top plane of the assembly. Hold Control, select the top plane of my part. Release Control. And once again, I'll make those coincident. We can notice the part moving around as I do this. And lastly, I'll select the right plane of the assembly, hold Control, select the right plane of my part, release Control, and make those coincident. And then I'll fit the geometry to the screen. So I know the part is fixed and can't move because the negative sign is gone from beside the part, and SolidWorks tells me my assembly is fully defined. I do want to stress, assemblies do not need to be fully defined and often are not because we would like them to move as they would in the real world. Next, I'm going to come over here, I'm going to right click in this area and I'm going to select Collapse Items. And that's a quick look at how we start an assembly from a part.